I'm Mr. Yoder. I'm the orchestra director at Hamilton Southeastern Intermediate Junior High, and today I'd like to talk to you about how to tune your violin or viola using your fine tuners and pegs at home. Let's get started. All right, the first thing you want to make sure of is that you have your tuning app or your drones ready to go. You could use the Smart Music Tuning Center within the Smart Music program that we use here at Hamilton Southeastern. You could also use an app like Tonal Energy if you've downloaded that to your iPad or your phone. There are a lot of other apps and things you can also find that can help you tune. The other option might be to hop onto YouTube and search either violin or viola tuning notes. But the big thing we want to make sure of is that our A is set at 440, just like it is in orchestra class. So make sure that whatever you're using, that you have an A that is set at 440. All right? For today's demonstration, I am going to be using a drone. Let's talk about tuning with the fine tuners first. Once you have yourself set up and you are ready to tune, please make sure that instrument is facing you, and you will find the fine tuners right here on the tailpiece. You know exactly where those are. We also know that when we're tuning, if we want to raise our pitch, we are going to turn our fine tuners to the right to raise. Right to raise, all right, when the instrument is facing you. And of course, if we need to lower our pitch, we're going to turn the fine tuners to the left to lower. So again, that's right to raise, left to lower, all right? If your fine tuners cannot get the job done and it's a little bit more of a major tuning situation, you may need to use your pegs. Now, as we know, your pegs are very sensitive, and it's important that we loosen the peg before we start the tuning process. The way that we break strings is when people come in and just crank these pegs really quickly and forcefully. That causes string breakage, which we obviously don't want. So, step one with the pegs is to firmly grab onto that peg and loosen it by turning it towards you. This will loosen the string and bring your pitch down, which is what you want. Then, using the drone that we spoke about earlier, or your tuning app, whichever you're using, you will push the peg into the peg box, while very slowly bringing the peg back up by pushing it towards the scroll. All right, so again, to remind you, we loosen it first, and then push in as we slowly bring it back up to where it needs to be. All right? There you go. Awesome. So, you will use a combination of your fine tuners and your pegs to get all four of your strings in tune. Most of the time, you'll only have to use your fine tuners, but the pegs may come into play every once in a while. Also keep in mind that tuning, although it is an exact science, does take practice, and it's okay if you make a mistake. If you change a pitch on your string and you find that you've gone the wrong way or that it still isn't right, you can always readjust. Nobody's gonna stop you, all right? So keep trying until it's right, and as always, if you have any trouble or need any help, feel free to reach out to me or whoever your teacher might be, all right? Remember, it's important to have those open strings in tune before you start practicing so your other notes can be in tune as well. So, stay safe, have fun, and always play in tune.